What's up, everybody? It's your favorite, why did you say that name? Favorite nerd, and today we are looking at...
I've had it with you people. You obviously don't get it. It has nothing to do with Superman's mom and Batman's mom having the same name. What none of you seem to understand is that hearing the name Martha not only reminds Batman of his humanity, but also of his true mission. It's you and people like you that make the internet a nasty place. Knock it off.
That's legit. Mafex, Batman vs. Superman, Batman figure. He comes with a slew of accessories, one of which is the stand. We'll go ahead and knock that out right this second. All Mafex figures, well, not all, but most come with this stand. And it's pretty cool. You know, I like a display stand, and I wish more figures came with them. But it's translucent plastic. It articulates here. You got the claws here. It articulates here on a hinge, and then this base swivels. So all in all, pretty good. And then this swivels as well, to be fair, honest, and true to myself. Then we have a grenade. No paint, but it is done in a black cast, and probably should have been painted, to be fair. But it's kind of fine. A batarang, silver, and we'll talk about some of those accessories in a minute. We have the grappling gun, or grapple gun. Silver paint there, brown paint like the wood grain hue. Looks really good. And you have to forgive my nails. I was working on some dirty stuff recently. And then I guess this is the grenade launcher of the Kryptonite. It's just a black cast, no paint, which is kind of a bummer. And that's fine, I guess. And then he comes with a slew of hands. So he comes with two fist hands that you saw. Then he comes with two fist hands with like the thumb up. I'm guessing that is to hold the batarang. Yes, and it fits in there just fine. Looks good, actually. Batarangs are a hard thing to pull off with Batman figures, but that looks really good. Nice silver finish on the batarang also. So it comes with left and right versions of that. It also comes with left and right versions of kind of the throwing batarang hand. All of them are the same. They're black plastic with the gold painted on the knuckles. And you can wedge that in there fairly well as well. So that looks good. And let's see if it won't really hold in the hand. I mean, it'll stay there, but it's barely. It's kind of just balanced. So you get a left and right version of that. You get left and right posing hands, kind of like over there. Left and right holding hands, which I'm guessing is for the grenade. That works fine, holds it like a champ. And then you have left and right pistol hands. Holds the grappling gun just fine. This one's going to be a bit more of a challenge, I can already tell. I guess it just goes there and then holds this hand fairly well. Let's talk about him. I will say right off the top of my head, God, I'm tired. Right off the from Jump Street, as it were. This is the best feeling Mafex figure I have ever held. Not that it's perfect, okay, but the materials feel better than what I am used to. Let's talk about the detailings and then we'll do the articulation. So it has this, all this stuff is sculpt work, all the materials. Now I don't think this is screen accurate. I think the screen accurate is more like it's not as uniformed as this. I think it's more like cracked and, you know, like been worn in different places, but this is what it is. It's this dark gray plastic, and then it looks like it's been lightly dry brushed with a light gray, and then it's been washed a bit in this brown. That's been a reoccurring theme with these Batman figures. Like I've seen the Play Arts Kai do it, and maybe even the Hot Toys. And then we have the black bat painted well, the gold on the gauntlets and knuckles. I'm not sure if they were gold in the movie. I can't remember. Gold painted on a black belt. And then the shoes and boots, rather, are just black with gold accents painted on. Now we'll talk about the rest. So, no additional head options. It's a pretty good head sculpt, though, all things considered. I mean, it looks like the movie. It's not my favorite design for a movie. It just looks like he has a really big neck. But they captured it. You know, it does look like the movie. So I can dig it. And then it has wash around the mouth, and the lips have been painted as well. It has 2 washes. It has a skin tone wash, and then it has like a 5 o'clock shadow wash, and then it has the lips painted on. The eyes are painted white, and then the eyeballs are all painted, and there's a reflection light on them as well. So that looks good. Articulation wise, the head itself is on a ball joint up to there, down to there, and swivel, but then there's a double ball peg running from the head. Well, it's the same one, right? But it's the head to the torso, and then this neck piece covers it, and that gets you down to there, up to there, and then, you know, confused dog look. And then the top of the cowl is sculpted, and it holds this cape, which is not great. The wiring is coming out of mine, which is stupid, and I might just take it out. Yeah, I think I will. But you know, as you can see, it would have been posable, and maybe I'll just leave that one in there. But the cape itself is huge, which if the cape was like, it's this satiny material, if it was like a heavier material, it would just look better. You can fold it up and get it to kind of look better, but like it just fluffs out around the shoulders. It's just very hard to get it to look natural, and that's the problem with cloth capes. Even though I am a cloth cape proponent, is the problem with cloth capes is getting them to lay naturally so they look like they have the proper weight, because that doesn't look how his cape looks. That does. And that's the problem. The only cape I've ever seen pull it off is the Figma Leonidas cape. So that's how it looks on the figure. That's how it should look. It's got to have the weight to it. If you don't have the weight, it's all for nothing, which is what this is. Pretty much a complete bummer. And it's tattered around the bottom, but it's like, you know, it's just cut out to look like it, so it just kind of looks like a cheesy Halloween costume. The arms are another issue. So they're on disc hinges that are connected to a ball peg inside the chest, which gets you a good amount of round. Like you can kind of get the butterfly joint out of it a fair bit, but out to the side it only goes to there. Like, that's it. And that really bummed me out. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, that works really well, and then the wrist is on a ball peg on a ball hinge. So that all works. You get the swivel, you get the rotation in and out and up and down depending on how you rotate the ball hinge. So same for the other side, including the limited articulation, which is a bummer. The double ball peg in the upper torso, and then an additional ball peg in the lower torso, so you can go all the way back to there, all the way over to there, side to side, no problem. You shouldn't have any problem posing the torso on this fella. That is definitely not the weak link. The pelvis, or the hip joints rather, and just so you know that you get the swivel on both joints there on the torso. The hips are on drop down ball joints, so you can push them up for the more natural look. You can drop them down and get them out to there, forward to there, and back to there, which I think is all fine. And then it rotates on the same ball peg and gets you more than enough rotation that you would need for a thigh swivel, so that works well. Double jointed knee, that's a really well done knee. It's I mean, like, you know, for what it is, like, it's sculpted well. It seems fairly seamless. I applaud them for that. And then the ankles are on the same ball hinges, so you get a tilt, ankle tilt to there, which is nice, up to there, which is fairly decent as well. A bit of a toe hinge, but not much. And then the rocker is built in. You just have to rotate it. So that all works well. A lot of good stuff here, but just a couple things keeping it from being really, you know, kind of spot on. And that's the back of the figure, which, you know, looks fine, I guess. But yeah, size comparison wise, there he is with the Mafex Catwoman and the SH Figuarts Joker. So it should kind of give you an idea. Final thoughts wise, the negatives are fairly short and sweet. The shoulders suck, the cape sucks. Outside of that, those are the only things that are really bothersome. The only other problem that I have with this guy is not really Mafex's fault. I just don't think this is the best design for Batman. I think that the head is too big, and as a result, like, and I get why they did it. They wanted to do it so that the cowl could move freely, and I get it. Totally understand it. I'm just saying, he always looks top heavy. He looks top heavy in the movie. and he looks top heavy here. And I think that is a credit to Mafex, but it is a slight to the movie design. And that's really my only issues. The shoulders have very limited articulation, and the cape is ridiculous. That's something I would definitely mod if someone came up with like a mod for it. And you know, the issues and problems that are affiliated and inseparable from the movie design. Positives wise though, there's more than enough to boot. The accessories are great. It's a great selection. It's a great amount. The possibilities are fairly limitless. The articulation, aside from the shoulders, is so good, which makes the shoulders more troublesome, but it has to be noted that the rest of the figure works perfectly fine. The other thing that needs to be noted is the paint is clean, crisp, and almost without error across the board. And lastly, the materials and the smoothness of the joints and how they are able to be manipulated and the way they feel while they're being manipulated is easily, hands down, the best I have ever experienced from Mafex. It is the biggest improvement from this company I have seen to date. I believe in this company. I think this company has promised. I've always said that. I just haven't been impressed with anything they've put out until this. This is good. I do recommend it. Just know that the shoulders and the cape are problematic. Now, it looks like SH Figuarts has rights to all sorts of DC materials too, and that's going to be an interesting thing to kind of compare and contrast the two. But as of right now, SH Figuarts hasn't announced anything from BVS. So I think you might be safe to go this route. I felt safe and confident enough to go this route, and I can say that I definitely recommend it because it's a quality piece. Just a few little nitpicks along the way. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.